Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. We're all nervously dealing with a board right now. Because I swear everywhere I look, I'm like,
It was reset over the weekend, wasn't it?
No, fucking. There were some guys in here doing stuff, and guys you just don't want to trust. I mean, that's just basically the bottom line. And so, I'm like,
Ne'er-do-wells?
Yeah, you could go that far.
could go there.
Most of them in the group are ne'er-do-wells. It's Darren McCarty and his crew.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
They're hitting buttons, flipping switches.
what does this one do?
It lights it up. It's
No,
purple now it's red.
No, unfortunately, Tim Krukowski is in here too, and Tim very much knows how to run this board. And I'm like, I just don't think I've seen that mono button flash orange. I just don't think I have.
Well,
I
are we
just turned
still
it
on?
Yeah.
Can you still hear us, everyone?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So anyway, exciting time, but those are the things you have to deal with.
When you have others using your studio.
Yes, dude. It used to drive us. Before we had our own studio, they finally built us our own studio at Riff because it was like we could lock our own doors. We had bulletproof everywhere because plenty of people wanted to kill us at various times.
Literally bulletproof?
Oh, yeah. Dude, our glass, the doors were, I don't know how much those suckers cost, but yeah, all bulletproof glass. Yep.
Huh. It surprises me.
No, they were huge.
Well,
He's right. I mean, they were. They I don't know what percent.
Oh, I remember
opening
he
and
was the only
closing
one you
them.
could hear outside, right? The door? You could go outside and scream outside the door and nobody would hear you, but he could just be cackling.
That was into my office, which had another heavy door, but not like the other ones. And a lot of times we'd have those cracked. And so, but yeah, he was the only one I ever, because he's just a listener. He just, it was crazy. I don't know where I was going with that, but, so before that, though, we would have Podell come in after us and then Art, and they've all got their settings, and it was always going to be, God damn it, man, who's touching my fucking board? Leave my board alone, baby.
Yeah, headphones would have to be a problem, right? Everybody with their own headphones.
Dude.
The ones they preferred, and then somebody jacks them up.
Dude, some people, like my headphones, it was just like, I would take them off and just set them down. See you tomorrow, headphones. Dude, there are people wearing like airplane fucking, like old school airplane helmet monitors, with the green cord and the green, hard plastic. And some people just love that shit. And they'd wrap them all up, take them to their office, lock the door. It's like, this is my main piece of equipment, but most of us wear these, so it doesn't, they break, you just get a new pair. I just don't remember that stereo bus light being on. I'm telling you.
I'm sure it's fine.
And the gain looks a little hotter than it normally does.
Hey, everybody, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we even have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasik.
I was home when Darren was here with his crew doing the recording. I haven't had a chance to listen to much of it yet. I know they were happy with it.
Good.
Yep, that's always a good first sign. I don't know if you guys were able to hear a few minutes of it.
I have not. Isis took a little listen. I took a second of a listen just to see the boys sitting in our spots.
What do you think? Are you going to make an enemy with Darren McCarty this morning? Do you have the balls?
What an enemy?
If you don't like it.
It was fine. He had a guy on there that's
Oh, Jesus.
There's a guy on there that's doing his
If
tour
McCarty's
right now.
listening right now, and he very well could be, he's going to go, I'm going to fucking kill that son of a bitch next time I see him.
If you like stories about Ron Jeremy, there's a dude in there that does his
Who doesn't
touring.
love stories about Ron
They
Jeremy?
actually are interesting. Actually, honestly, there was a few really interesting stories to me about him.
What, 10?
No, but they weren't about that stuff. It was more about what it's like, kind of being on the road with him and stuff. And Darren has a guy in there. Darren has a guy in there that's doing his tour. Darren McCarty's doing some comedy dates. And
I hear those are going really well, by the way.
Yeah, it does look like they're going well. I actually saw a few pictures of them, and I don't know they've got good turnouts. It looks like a few hundred people, which is really good. So
at least.
Yeah, so it was good. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
Good.
It's cool. It's crazy to me that it's Darren McCarty. Like, it is kind of, I mean, here's this hockey, Detroit anyway, for sure, legend, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. And I know people around this town will freaking like to hear from D-Mac talking.
You know, it was actually surprising to me because he hasn't scored a goal in 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't played in many years. And so you often wonder, like, do kids want their autograph? Do kids know who these people are?
Well, when we had him,
they fucking do, because I've gone with them to some of those things, and it's like the line is farther than you can imagine. And Darren knows all the trade. He, like, some of them he recognizes, and Darren's like, "Man, I told you, I'll give you one now, but you got to go back to the end of the line because they're selling them." And he's making hundreds of dollars selling these. So he's running anytime he can catch McCarty anywhere, they will. So he knows these people right away. But seeing kids and elderly and families just
the elderlies,
dude. Yes. There's
wow.
some old birds that love the Wings and love McCarty, and seeing how he is with them, it was like, dude, people do give a shit what Darren McCarty's doing.
Well, if you got to remember, by the way, he was on the last team that won it. And that's the last championship team we have in this town now. As much as we went through a period where the Pistons had won and the Tigers were in the World Series, the Wings are the last championship team we have.
My God, you're right.
So people are gonna like that because it brings them back to a time when sports was really cool in this town.
Well, he doesn't want to do an all-sports show, but he can't help but fall into those dynamite Wing stories.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Those are hilarious.
Oh, and I'm not saying that, but just he was on those teams, and he's a big part of that, and this town loves that. So
hell yeah. What else was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say about that.
Mother's Day?
No, get to leave that one alone. But fuck. Well, maybe it'll come back to me.
Is it about the show that you were trying to say something?
Yeah, it was. I just hope people will give him a chance. We've seen how the public reacts to him. I hope people give him, because it usually takes 2 or 3 shows to kind of go, oh, I get that personality. Oh, I get that guy was making a joke there. It just does. Not everyone's as perfect as Jay, who just day one rocked the microphone.
Sure.
I mean, hard off the boards all day long. You got that name for a reason. And I wanted to say we're really happy to have Darren around here too. He's got a lot going on, and he's back and forth from Florida. A lot of people have been wondering where he's at, what he's been up to. You'll learn all of it. And it's Grind Time Podcast, and you can go. What is it? Just grindtimepodcast.com?
Grindtimepodcast.com.
Yeah.
There you will see episode 1 of the Darren McCarty podcast.
I know what I was going to say, Jay. The iTunes problem.
Oh.
Because people are like, I can't get it on iTunes. Fuck these guys. They don't want us, they don't want me as a listener.
iTunes requires 3 shows to be posted before it'll post in Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, they're big sticklers for the sizing of the logo and how the wording is, and they want to make sure your audio doesn't suck so bad.
Well, they probably want to make sure you're going to be a show,
that
right?
you're somewhat legit. I mean, they're not going to go, this content sucks, they don't get to come on here. But they just don't want to make sure you're not doing like a ham radio type thing,
Yeah.
So, anyway, but it will be. It'll be on every podcast app you can think of.
Zott Ford's famous spring fling is finally here. It was a long, cold winter, but it's time to sell lots of vehicles and get back on track. Here's a deal even Easus can afford. It's a sign and drive lease on select new all-wheel drive 18 Ford Escapes for just $222 a month, 0 cash due. Also, they dropped the price on select new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4s, almost $13,000. It's over 30% off. See details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Very good, very good. How was Mom's Day?
It was good. Got together with the family early in the day and had a meal.
Do we do ham? Is that what we do?
No, we went out.
Ham?
I said a meal.
Like, there's not a Mother's Day meal,
No,
really.
you might be onto something like Easter ham. I don't know if there's a Mother's Day thing.
I don't think that's crazy.
Brunch is a Mother's Day
Brunch,
thing.
yeah.
And I know for sure that H-Cut HSW orange prong has never been lit.
Oh no.
Yeah, that one's. I don't.
God,
know.
that really makes me question whether we're even recording this right now, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might have to redo this one.
Start from the top.
Well, I remember what I said already.
How you doing, Jay? Good afternoon.
Hey, everybody. How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah. What were you saying? So yeah, you did that.
I did a brunch, and then I basically did a bunch of landscaping.
Did Gab make out with some stuff?
Yeah, the kids. Yeah, they got her a new phone. So
Oh, cool.
That's good.
I saw that.
Quote unquote.
Sure. Give them the credit. Mine was not as good as it should have been. If you remember back a year ago, was my mom on the air bitching about the fact that I gave her like an IOU because we were working or something. It was like, yeah, it's no big deal.
I thought that was your dad, honestly, but
No, my dad wouldn't care, but I've done it to both of them. It's very selfish. But my mom, I gave her.
I'd say the definition of selfishness.
Sure. I knew you'd say that.
It's Mother's Day, but
Yeah.
kind of got to worry about me today. So
Yeah.
I owe you, Mom.
No, that wasn't my plan. That wasn't my plan. But I talked to her earlier today, and she's like, you know what? I got stuff going on, so I'd have to do later, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, why don't we just go a different day? And I wrote back, I was like, oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. You don't get to pick another day, because then you're just going to get mad at me. I said, unless you really want to. And so she picks another day, and then we decided not to do the show, and it was like, I call her and talked to her for quite a while. We had a great conversation, Jay. But she was definitely like, really, asshole? Really, asshole? Like, yeah, I kind of selfishly got a lot going on in my head, and I'm not really good at thinking of others right now. I apologize. She's like, yeah. So do I get my IOU from last year first or this one? Oof. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I paid up on that last one. But I'm in no position to argue that. You
That's
know what
tough.
I mean?
Man.
Yeah. Tough spot. Anyways, I hope all the rest of you with moms had wonderful Mother's Days yourselves. Let's get into some stories. Did you guys do anything special over the weekend? Just yard work for you, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't sound happy about that.
No, I mean, it is what it is,
Yeah.
Got a yard, you got to dig some holes every now and then.
Yard work blows. But boy, is there any more satisfied feeling when you stand and look back over your work? I did that. It always makes me feel good.
My piece of property.
Look at that.
My little piece of land. You can Google Earth it and see it right there.
Is your green popping right now?
Oh, it's popping.
Dude.
Lawn guy has got it going on.
Yeah. You're out of this now.
Again, lawn guy is my fertilizer guy.
Right.
So I'm not out of this. I do everything.
Is fertilizer guy the right term for him? Because he's kind of a maniac, insane person too. You know what I mean?
Well, he doesn't just take anybody. You got to agree to his watering schedule.
Right.
You got to abide by
demands.
that. Well, he likes to say, look, this is my product, and I'm not going to display a product like this unless you're going to water properly.
Boy,
so
that is a ballsy
I've
move
agreed
to
to do that. I've done it for a few years now. He's come through for me, green as fuck, all year round.
Few years? Maybe the last two, because the one before that, I don't think you used him, or you did. And
No, I didn't water, and he got really pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I've used him for several years, but
Yeah.
1 year I went without watering because I just simply couldn't afford it.
Yeah. I remember going to Cedar Point with the kids, and
He was scolding me.
he was on the phone.
Yeah.
He was taking you to Chinatown, man. He really was. You were holding your own. You were jabbing and staying in there, but boy, oh boy, he made it very, very clear on that speakerphone that I'm just not going to put up with this. I mean, if you're not going to do the basics and just kick that thing on for an hour in the afternoon, I'm not coming back.
It's not worth his time.
Please, I understand, sir. I understand. I've let you down terribly.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's popping. It's green as hell.
Well, I thought about you because when I take the turn down my street, it's like, I've never seen these
Emerald
lawns
green.
so green.
Just so emerald green.
Like, I'm just dying to know what's going on in Jay's backyard. I mean, turf depth coming through nice.
Turf depth is great.
Beautiful. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. You want to get into the race stories?
Sure.
One of your favorites?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this story a couple days ago, but I'm just so sick of these. Like, it's a massive story. This black girl at Yale sleeping like in her dorm room, and some idiot racist across the street. And she's an idiot racist for sure.
Well, she's in like a common area, right? She's in a common area of the dorms, and
Yeah.
she falls asleep writing a paper.
And so where is that? Like in the lobby where pop machines are?
Could be, yeah. There could be some study
TV.
rooms off to the side on certain floors. I don't know.
Yeah. So common room just meaning anyone can go in there and
Yeah.
hang out and whatever. Okay. So so this black girl that gets harassed a little bit decides she's going to start filming the incident because I don't want to be the next Sandra Bland. It's like, oh come on, well, just don't be a dick to a cop. Sandra Bland was a horrible dick to a cop, and then hung herself in jail. It's a terrible
Yeah.
story, but
Forgot about that.
in Texas, remember that?
Yes.
When she was just a fucking asshole, like she left him no choice. And it's like, well, how about we don't do that, and then you don't need to film everything. Lolande Siyonbala. It's just a gorgeous.
Just
really
rolls
is.
off the tongue. It's pretty.
Yeah. So what are we going to name the new one? Well, we're thinking about going with Lolande Siyonbala. And they're just like, no, I like that. That's got a good ring to it. It's not going to be tough for anyone to pronounce that name, so go with it. And so she was subjected to lengthy costumes as the cops trying to figure out, do you live here? Did you break into this place?
Yeah.
And they were forcing her to prove her enrollment. And
once they did that, they left, right? I mean, the cops didn't rough her up or anything.
Well, they have to put in there, the police were called by a white woman. I hate when they do that because now they're shaping the narrative that immediately makes you go, oh, you're saying that she's a racist. You're saying this person was black and then this white person did this to her. And it's just kind of setting this narrative where it's like, yeah, a student didn't recognize another student, thought they maybe didn't go there and call the police. And maybe it was as simple as that.
Right.
In this case, that's not the case. But it can be a lot of the times.
Do you know more facts about the chick who reported her?
Well, she called on another black Yale student a few months back.
Yeah, her boyfriend, right? This woman's boyfriend or friend.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she's the one that called police. She actually said to them, I have every right to call the police. You cannot sleep in that room. She previously, a few years ago was condemned for hate crimes legislation in a blog post. Hate crimes legislation is stupid, seriously stupid, abominably stupid. I hate crimes legislation, but I love hate speech.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that one, I'm comfortable going. You know what? She saw a black lady sitting there that she didn't recognize. And
sounds like it.
I mean, doesn't that sound exactly like it? I mean, god damn. So, yes, I hate this. Remember that video we were watching where that mom was just telling her kid in the backseat, and the kid's like, he's being nice, and she was just going off.
Yeah, that was the woman who was
died,
ultimately shot, right, in some other incident.
She was, yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Remember, she had her kid with her and a shotgun pointed at the door as the cops are coming in.
Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Absolutely, that woman was begging for that to happen. You couldn't have found a bigger cunt. I mean, her last speaking to her fucking own child, who's like 4 and thinks the cops are there to help. Don't you ever say that again. You are brown, and they will murder you. They will murder you. You don't ever listen to them. You don't ever talk to them. You fuck them. And he's like, okay. I was like, ugh. Well, that's another generation. Can't fix that. So, yeah, but she's got I don't like that Sandra Bland. Yeah, I'm filming everything just because of Sandra Bland. Oh, that's probably not a bad idea. Why not film it? I mean, if nothing more, it will keep most of the cops at bay as far as, like, trying to get fucking Jack Hart on.
Yeah, if they were going to throw a quick right hook or something, they'd think twice.
Yeah. Not all of them, though.
True.
Some of them come in pretty hot still. Oh, that guy, I don't know if you saw it. It was the week we were off, but on the news, comes running across the lawn. He has this black guy handcuffed on the ground. And this dude just fucking, pow, kicks him right in the fucking face. It's like, well, I hope that was worth your career. That would cost the city a few $1 million. Nice job, dickhead. Let's see here. Where are we going next, Jay? I really like the senior center's story.
Yeah, the bullying going on. This is flummoxing social scientists because they feel like, everybody knows middle school kids, high school kids, they bully, and that's got to be nipped in the bud. And there's been a lot of programs and so forth, a lot of focus on that.
Sure.
But I guess the last bastion of bullying is at senior homes, man.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, some of them are going senile. Some of them turn into hotheads. There's a tremendous amount of frustration in those places where it's like that loss of freedom.
Yeah,
feeling.
you're now under control again, sort of back in high school days, if not younger, where you're being told what to do and cliques are forming, and
and it's the highest. It's by a lot, the highest incidence of like gonorrhea, AIDS, the clap. All seniors.
God,
those motherfuckers are going in there raw dogging the shit out of those birds.
But this whole bullying thing has to be exacerbated by the fact that, as you say, some of them are just going senile. So what would be a normal social interaction is just out the window, right?
My time working in those places, I'm not going fisticuffs with a known senile man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not, because he's got issues.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
But I'm not saying that other people in the place wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you were asking?
No, I was just agreeing with you that.
Yeah.
You know, on top of the high school kind of cliquey nature, you've got the problem is worse because you have people who are literally going out of their minds.
There's one of the psychologists talking about this said, in the life cycle, it doesn't go away. Like that idea, like, I want to be with the cool kids.
Yeah.
And then pick on the nerd, you know?
Wow.
But some of these things, I mean, they're now declaring themselves a bully-free zone, but they had a couple problems here.
Bully-free.
As if some old 85-year-old guy gives a dog shit about that sign.
Yeah.
He'll probably want to go to fisticuffs with the first guy he sees because of that sign.
Or are they going to get a note in their record? So what? They're 89 years old.
Yeah.
That old folks.
Dude, exactly. You just got to let them do what they're going to do, man. So,
let it play out. You know, yeah, just let it play out.
yeah. Well, just let it play out. Just another 4 of them are down and dead. That sucks.
The winner is Ed.
Dude, I just don't have. And I don't know if this is too insensitive, but I just don't know that Team Wheelchair is going to have a chance against Kane or tennis ball Walker.
Lack of mobility, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless they can do those wheelie things that are badass, but I don't know how many years you can keep that going, you know? It was like Mean Girls, but everyone's 80 after the brouhaha. So they had people getting into fights in the like soup line and shit. Bingo.
Well, it's just like, I mean, sometimes we hear about like even the places where people, the old folks' places down in Florida where they're old, like they're living on their own. They have golf courses and tennis courses. But again, if you think about it,
senior centers,
retired people, they have nothing to do. So what are they gonna bitch about? They're gonna be like, can you believe John played? You know, oh, he's always right there on the tennis courts, even though the fact that he knows that there's a line or bullshit. So they have nothing but time, dude. What are they gonna do? They're gonna bitch that someone got extra pudding, right, or some shit.
Dude, when put the shuffleboard away when he was done. You know?
And if you've got a call, like we got pretty hot and heated with then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, because he probably cheated when we played curling.
Yeah.
And it was like, here's the difference between us and old people. Like, we let that go after about a week. We stopped talking about a cheater and a fucking rip-off. Like, you know what I mean? A week. Old people will not let shit go. They don't have other shit to worry about.
Right.
They don't have a 9 to 5 they're worried about. So it's like they're just stewing. You know what I mean?
Can you believe that
fucking bit. And there's guys in that absolutely hate each other. You know, grumpy old men.
I got a little tiny sense of this a couple times in my life. One, I used to live in a condo, and it was like an older residence, sort of. I mean, it wasn't like a senior center. But most of the people there, just the age of the condos and stuff, it was just older people.
Sure.
And, dude, you'd go to the pool or something, and God forbid, you didn't
have socks on, or you didn't have shoes on.
Or you didn't put your chair back after you pulled it out into the sun or something. I mean, you'd have a note on your door, and there was a queen bee who would go around and basically like levy
every freaking business.
Levy notices to everyone, and it's like, you know what? You're making this really shitty. This whole experience living here. I'm out of here.
This could be awesome.
Yeah.
But fuck you. Queen bee. There's a queen bee in every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them has that Nurse Ratched that's rolling the halls, just looking to be a dick to everybody. It's like,
it's
dude,
annoying because
back off. We could all get along here. You just could.
Well, the problem is when you have situations like that. Usually, I would imagine is that most people don't want to deal with it, so they just let usually this person kind of do it, and then the power just keeps building
absolutely.
because eventually now it's like people just let her do her thing long enough.
Totally. Our solution was to go, oh, okay, sure, I'll move the chair back. Sorry.
Yeah. It was,
and then you're right, E. Then she puffs up and, I told them, put them in order.
So they're saying they've got these nursing homes for the elderly. They've introduced programs, training policies aimed at curbing bullying. It's like, dude, if you think for 1 second a 92-year-old man is going to wheel his ass into the AV room and check out a movie on bullying, have you ever talked to old men? They're hilarious. Most of them are just hilariously racist without even knowing they're being racist. You know?
Most people that age are pretty set in their ways, I reckon.
They are. And when I worked there, I had some tremendous conversations with them. You know, I love talking to them and getting their stories. There's a click system like everywhere else. That's Betsy Gran.
Of course.
Betsy Gran. Whew. That's a perfect old lady name. It's like Mean Girls, but everyone's 80. After the cafeteria exiles, karaoke brouhahas, fucking coming to blows,
Freaking
fisticuffs at the fucking. What do you do? What are you hitting a bad note? What's going on here? You hogging the mic? How do you go to fisticuffs over a karaoke?
Yeah.
To me, I know that some people get along, but honestly, the bottom line of most of this is just that we all have our own shit, and we all get mad about other people's little things, and we think that they're stupid. My mom at the Finish Center, I've brought up how my mom helps out at this Finish Center.
Hi, Mrs. Fady, by the way.
Yeah,
And
hi.
the amount of drama that comes in that I even hear from her about it, from just people like, oh, we had an event on Friday and so helped, but she didn't get there till late, and so really she was just taking.
How great must their lives be otherwise? That's a problem. You know what I mean?
know.
That leaps out at you as this issue that's going to just grate at you.
There's a couple of these people. I mentioned Gran there, and I don't know if it's her. She had all types of trouble when she got there because she's a lesbo, and she just walked into the lion's den. You know what I mean? Like, this
carpet
ain't-
muncher.
Yeah, yeah. Scissoring down the road, were you? But a room full of 80-year-olds are not going to be
Not
like,
going to be PC.
dude. They're not going to be woke bays ever.
No.
They are not woke bays, and they don't care. And so this chick is just getting, homo, you're going to rot in hell, lesbo. Every time she walks by, it's like, oh, boy. John, keep it down. Keep it down.
The problem is it's unsolvable in that context, though,
know.
because, again,
What is the punishment?
well, that and there's people with serious, neurological glitches, that
Right,
just,
right.
I think they picked them out and they just set them off to the side,
I
lock them in a room.
suppose, but doesn't anyone and everyone who's in 24-hour care, I mean, their mind to some extent has to be
Yeah.
worn and
There were, you know what? It
Worn.
ran.
It's just a computer that's
a bit
been running
worn.
for 80 years, man.
Dude, there's some in there that kill it on a computer. They'd shock you. But what I noticed was you had some very, very quiet Betsy's and Gertrudes, and my girl Lola, who I just loved. Lola was just a whisper.
let's be honest. How long did you work at this place?
I worked there for months.
Come on, man.
I did.
You
What
and
do you
Troy, the first time you had to clean up poo, you were out.
Yes,
right?
but that was about a month in.
How could that possibly be a month in?
What do you mean?
That place is filled with just
No,
poo on walls.
No. I can handle poo on a rim. You want to get it on the floor, a little backsplash, fine. What this motherfucker did is, I don't know if he went
Absolute
in,
monster.
handstand against the wall and shot shit all over the ceiling. It was covered in it. Looked like the Manson family had been there.
So you had cleaned up poo prior to that.
Yeah, and I wasn't
man.
a guy on duty for that usually, and it's like, you get in there and do it. And I was just like,
No.
really?
No.
It's
Making
fucking T-Roy's
$7.50 an
job,
hour.
man. I'm barely getting paid here. You clean it up. And then when I saw it, I was just deeply offended. I was like, dude, I'm not even tall enough to reach the ceiling. Now I'm gonna get fucking wipe shit off it? No, not fair. Believe that was my last day. So all staff members got 18 hours of training that includes lessons on what constitutes bullying, causes the problem, how to manage such conflicts, and then the seniors were invited to go to similar classes, teaching them how to alert staff or intervene themselves if they witness bullying, and that's why they're now calling it a bully-free zone. Their hearts are right. They're right there in the right place. You know what I mean? Like they are. They mean well. They got a committee.
There's no fucking hammer, as E said. Like with kids, at least in high school, middle school, whatever, you can suspend them. You can threaten their parents that they're going to be kicked out of school or something. What are you going to do?
Take their pairs away at the end of the night, I suppose.
There's nothing you can do, man.
Can you send one to bed early?
These places, they want their beds to be full, right? I mean, every month they're getting paid how much money to have a resident there. They're not going to kick them out.
Yeah, but dude, it's a constant rotation. I mean, you just get used to ambulance sounds. It's like living in Manhattan. I mean, it's a daily thing. It's like, well, Bill bid it. Nobody cries. No one cares because they're all expecting it.
Yeah.
Most of them want it. But what I was going to say is you get these Lolas and Nancys, and they want to play bridge, and they want to knit. Knitting is huge in these places. And some of them want to watch their stories, But there's always a fucking asshole, loudmouth guy who's pissed at everything. He'll get over food, and you just know he's going to be a dick, and other people don't want to put up with it. And so you can get fisticuffs there. And then they say so they've got these, what was it? Yeah, they say 1 in 5 seniors encounter bullying. Yeah, they say it's unique to getting older. Many see their independence and stuff, all that stuff disappear. Bullying can feel like regaining power for them for the first time in a long time. It makes them feel very out of control, intimidating, picking. They gossip. Like they shit.
That doesn't.
Dude, they shit talk each other.
That's all they do.
Spreading rumors about each other. It's like,
yeah, but
dude.
I mean, dude, with as much banging as they're doing, with as much banging as they're doing, it's like, dude, is that the third dude this week that's plowed Betsy? What's going on down there?
Well, I'm 86 years old. What do you want with me?
So we had one guy, this chick that's talking about this, like addressing it to the old people. There was one guy excluded from a card game. He became the subject of gossip by other seniors. There's really not a lot of escape. Most senior bullying isn't physical, but rather involves name calling, rumors, and exclusion. So they know their weaknesses, right? Some of them.
God, you'd think at that point in your life, you'd be like, all right, you know what? We're all in this together. I mean, we're in bad straits here.
Yeah.
Let's take care of each other, be nice to each other. But nope, human nature kicks in.
Dude, when you're pretty damn sure, I put my rook there, dog. Tables flip, Jay, over chess. Control 4, was that what it was? Is that the game?
Connect 4.
Connect 4. After 4 years immersed in the wrath of older bullies, this chick had heard all manner of stories. At a senior high-rise, a woman saw herself as the queen of the parking lot. There she is, Jay, the one you addressed. The queen of the parking lot. And this was a name that she gave herself only. But if she saw people parking where they shouldn't or crossed her, she would key the fuck out of the car.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. Dude, she's not fucking around. Nope, not having it. The laundry rooms became vicious places where the bullied had their detergent stolen, their clothes thrown on the floor, and bingo rooms. And it's just like, dude, I don't even want to hear what's going down at bingo rooms.
It's the devil's game, Mike.
That's what she's called it. It's the devil's game, man. Because she says in the worst cases, bullying goes far beyond bingo squabbles. Marcia Wetzel moved into her senior apartment complex after her partner of 30 years died, and her partner's family evicted her. They were just like, get the fuck out of here, bird. Not watching you anymore. She's dead, so you leave. And then at the Glen St. Andrew Living Community, she was met with relentless residents, mostly focused on the fact she was a lesbian.
It was a lot of information that I hadn't had.
She's walking in the door, and word has already gotten around the building that there's some fucking lesbo coming in, Like, how do they know? Make it sound like they're meeting her at the door, like, man.
Rumors fly, man.
Oh, man. Just keep your scissoring to a minimum, all right? Just keep it in your room. Homosexuals gonna burn in hell.
God, you just picture people just as genteel and kind, right? Once you hit a certain age.
Well,
man,
Jay, it's troubling to even report stuff like this because one man hit Wetzer's scooter with his walker and unleashed a barrage of homo slurs. A woman rammed her wheelchair into Wetzel's table in the dining room and knocked it over, warning, homosexuals are all going to burn in hell. In the mailroom, someone knocked her in the head, and in an elevator, she was spit on.
The
It's like a 90-year-old woman. Or how old is she? I don't think she was that old. But,
90-something.
I don't know. She was...
You're not a hopper.
Yeah, she's not going to make it with this kind of abuse. These guys are teaming up on her. And so she went, I just go to my room and barricade my door. I felt like a slug, like I was nothing, like I wasn't even human. Lambda Legal sued the place that, the gay, lawyers. I don't know if the lawyers are gay, but they do a lot of LBGT.
Like an ACLU kind of thing. They advocate for
the left,
the gays.
Yeah. A federal judge dismissed this. It was like, yeah. Suck it up, Sandra. You'll be fine. This guy spit on you in the elevator with you on $1 million. Get out of here. So yeah, she said she's seen bullying her whole life. She dropped out of high school when she became a punching bag for the girls who learned she was a lesbian. As a senior, it felt more traumatic. The bullies were even more vicious. She had a view of the cemetery. Oh man, she's like, that's where I want to go, find peace. But she hung in there. I mean, she's old enough to be in a home now, getting her ass kicked again for being a lesbian. When does it end, Jay? When does it end for these people?
Seriously.
You know, they're fucked.
Brutal.
Though. Like they're not in the outside world, and they're not going to try to, and act like you know, like they're not going to change their minds. They're just going to be that person, and so doesn't matter what they see on TV. Ah, bullshit. It's ruined this country.
Right,
it's unnatural. Marriage is supposed to be man and a woman. Like that dude ain't changing his mind.
Right.
Especially as a very, very old man. So, Jerusalem. Still like Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the place where Jesus came in all hot, right?
He did.
He came in flipping tables and shit. It's my favorite Bible story ever. It is, dude. Because I just always heard about him, you know, he's hanging out with the paupers and the hookers, and he's just one of those dudes. He's just a good dude. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I don't need your fucking gold-wrapped horse and elephant. I'll get around on a fucking donkey with a whore.
Gold-wrapped elephant.
Yeah, I just think of those Indian. They headdress them and
Jesus
shit.
is shaking his head. Like,
You've never
it
seen
doesn't
it?
exist, man.
Come on, man. You've seen those.
Gold-wrapped elephant?
I mean, are you talking about like Egyptians way back in the day?
I'm talking about Indians, dot, not feather, that have the, you know, don't they have wild? They love elephants. Elephant is the shit in their world.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I occasionally dress them. The rich ones do. My point was, Jesus ain't hanging out with no rich guys with golden elephants. He's hanging out with the whores. And I always respected that about him. Peaceful guy, by all accounts, absolutely peaceful. And so the story goes, people are making money inside the holy spot in Jerusalem.
The temple.
The temple, yeah, thank you. And they're like selling, you know, gold chains with Jesus' name on it or something.
Right.
They got the guy that's airbrushing shit on the bad T-shirts like on spring break. And Jesus walks in and is like,
A lot of neon.
lots of neon, lots of haggling, rumor of gypsies around. There's a lot going on. And so Jesus walks in, and I'm like, how is he going to handle that? He don't like that because what was it? He didn't want them making money off of.
There's a gold-wrapped
You're
elephant.
goddamn right there is. Look at that.
Is that what you were picturing?
That's it.
It's like a headdress or something. Was it a circus or?
I had no idea that existed. I figured it was going to be more of a saddle. That's what I was thinking. But yes, thank you, Jesus.
It's like an elephant race of some sort, doesn't it?
You think he likes that?
No. The
No.
pachyderm? No.
Do you think if he'd like shake his head, he'd be
Yeah.
trying to do that?
Yeah, if he looked in the mirror right now, he would be very embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
I agree. He's like, just keep the cameras to a minimum, guys. Yeah, so Jesus sees all these people selling trinkets and toys, and you know, I don't know if he was into the like, you know, what would Jesus do thing was hot then. I don't know, but anyway, I figured Jesus would come in, have a nice talk with these guys, dude. The story goes, this Jesus came in like a maniac.
Yeah, he was mad.
Flipping fucking tables, push, push, and it was like, boy, oh boy, that's not the Jesus I'd always thought.
Yeah, you don't turn the
that-
temple into a place of just
Yeah.
merchandising.
Dude, you're the one dude that's supposed to keep it cool no matter what. You're going to be nailed to a cross at some point, and you kept your cool through all of that. What, this guy can't make $15 on the side selling I Love Jesus T-shirts?
Speaking of violence in Jerusalem, Mike.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it, because there's some shit going on
Yeah.
there, huh? Yeah, not good.
Yeah, moving the embassy over to Jerusalem, and some Palestinians
It's going to work
got a
well.
little pissed about that, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Ivanka and Jared are over there, so don't worry.
Yeah.
They got this shit.
Yeah. This doesn't have a happy ending, this story. Because neither side is ever really going to consider the other one legit. Isn't that how the story goes, basically? And they will fight for 2 million years for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's right.
It's the problem you have with ISIS or any of these whack job, you know, like extremists. It's like, dude,
It's religion-based and it's tough to solve.
yeah. I mean, it's like the highest honor, you know, for those guys is to be that martyr. You're an absolute hero. And, you know, you get all your raisins up north. You know, when you get to your heaven, you get your raisins. But, yeah, so anyway, today over there, it's like, I was kind of expecting you to just go, yeah, dude, it's like 6,000 miles down the road. Like, it's really?
I still could. You know, Mike, that's like 6,000 miles
Dude.
away, does it?
Isis, Bing, how many miles away are we right now?
So that I can properly dismiss this story?
Because if it's 3,000 miles, you know, you're like, dude, it's a 4-hour flight. Whatever. Get a good draft by you. But if he goes, dude, that's 10,000 miles away.
We can easily dismiss this story and move on.
We can read the headline.
Yeah.
Scores killed as violence greets dedication of U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem.
What do we got, Isis?
Oh, Jay's a visual learner. Yeah, I love that when they show you how the planes go up.
Mike, that's a $1,000 flight.
12 hours, though.
I mean, that's a 12-hour, 45-minute flight from $1,128.
How many miles are we talking?
Oh, God, Jesus.
Did you spell Jerusalem right? I hope you did. He might be taking us to, like, somewhere in St. Louis, you know? Some small...
Does this look like St. You're looking at a map.
Well, I don't know.
Where St. Louis is?
I just asked the question.
9,685 kilometers. I know that.
Kilometers are close to a mile, right? KM to
It's got to
M.
be like 6,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's 6,000 miles away, Mike. What do we care?
I know. And it's just kind of the same story all the time. It's just you just know there's really no fixing it. They're both buried in their religious beliefs, and those mean more than life to them. These are believers, and so, you know, that's just not going to be a happy place. But anyway, there were mass protests. More than 50 Palestinians, I think last count was 52, killed in these protests along the border with Gaza as Israel celebrated the embassy's move to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv. They've been taking place for weeks. These people going crazy reached a violent apex as Israel also marked 70 years since the Jewish nation was established. Palestinians annually mark their resulting displacement on Nakba Day, or the day of the catastrophe.
Nakba?
If your holidays are named, you know what I mean, like Christmas, man, Easter, Thanksgiving. How about we name ours?
The Jews have had a tough go.
The
Mike.
day of the catastrophe. Ooh, what are we eating on the day of the catastrophe?
They've had a tough go, Mike.
Dude, you're just describing that you know the holidays that you've had, and then people in another country have different names.
That doesn't sound odd to you? The day of the catastrophe? It sounds a bit negative. I don't know if I want to join the family for a day of catastrophe.
I guess.
Anyway, yeah, more than 500 demonstrators rallying during the ceremony. They were chanting, "Jerusalem is ours." Some came out in support of the embassy. Elisa Haas. I came here to say thank you to President Trump, adding she has no sympathy for the Palestinians being shot along the border. I don't care how many are killed because they're using these protests to terrorize Israel. The despair of Gaza is fake news. So, yeah, Jared, speaking for the president.
Kushner. Yeah.
Kushner, yeah. At the ceremony, he drew a standing ovation when he mentioned Trump's announcement last week that they were shutting down the Iran nuclear thing, which obviously is Israel's sworn enemy. Kushner said, Israel protects women's rights, freedom of speech, and other rights that bind the U.S. and Israel together. And that's why we're boys, dude. That's why we've been able to hang for fucking 70 years. Cool. What point did you check out of that story? Be honest with me. I saw you go to the computer.
I hung in there with Jesus flipping tables for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a fun story.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
And then the golden elephant, I tracked that.
Yeah, I knew I'd catch you with that.
And you just pulled that up, and I kind of liked how that went.
But I asked you, like, because I was.
And then I was checking
you got the number. Yeah.
I was checking mileage, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just started surfing the web.
Wow, you went down the rabbit. You went down the hole, didn't you?
Well, I see Melania had a surprise hospitalization today. Underwent kidney procedure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, shit, if it was Hillary, she'd be in there every other day.
And then I was just kind of scrolling around. I saw Margot Kidder died.
Yes.
Of course, she did pretty much nothing other than Lois Lane in the Superman films in the 80s, right? 1, 2, and 3.
Was she in all three of those as Lois Lane?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it's enough to create an amazing career for you. I saw that flash, on my phone, the breaking news, Margot Kidder died, and I immediately thought it was
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, and I was like, no fucking way.
No, this woman's totally irrelevant. But
Yeah.
she was 69.
But
69.
But they were saying, because the way they said it, Margot Kidder, soon to play Lois Lane or something, or not. I don't know. It's just the way they worded it.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're
oh,
like,
shit.
oh, fuck.
She's doing superhero stuff, too.
Right.
Oh, it's got to be her.
Yeah, she was Harley Quinn, right?
Yes. Oh,
That recent one?
thank God she's okay. I like her. I want to see her in more stuff.
No, it's just Margot Kidder. Don't worry. Yeah. She was kind of gross even back then.
Where do we stand on Margot Kidder? I mean, just
Gross back then even.
really?
Yeah. Totally. I remember watching that just going, I wish Lois Lane was hotter. Even as a
Yeah.
little kid. Like
Was it
thinking,
the brown hair, or
She was just very plain. I don't know, man.
did she wear
Nothing-
glasses too?
You know, and then I got her mixed up with the chick from Indiana Jones initially. I was like, is that the same girl?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just
Where
kind of a
did you
plain-
stand on the Fawcett's of the world?
The Farrah?
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett?
I mean, did you find that like, wow, that chick's really hot, or?
I remember she was like sort of the standard, like she was the Charlie's Angels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was kind of the standard of Fox back in the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, she's a Fox, man.
Yeah.
And she had the famous, like, nipply poster, right? Was that her?
Probably. There were a couple of them that did, but that was game changing.
Bo Derek had
when they
the one
made
on the
that move.
beach in 10. That was the famous picture with the see-through bathing
Yes.
suit. But I think Farrah Fawcett has the famous poster, correct? That I mean, every kid in the
Farrah
80s,
Fawcett nude.
late 70s, whatever it was, had that shit.
Yeah, I had a few of those posters on my wall. I had one.
Your mom let that go?
Yeah, did your mom not? Was she
No,
not cool with that?
Yeah, we weren't allowed to put.
So you could put a
posters
Ferrari
up.
up, but you couldn't put you couldn't put anything.
We
up.
couldn't put anything up on our
Oh,
walls.
dude, this was my place. Oh, fuck.
That's not her, is it?
That looks like it could be 10.
Okay, maybe not. I mean,
I mean,
10 is Bo Derek. Farrah Fawcett is
Oh, shit.
Charlie's Angels.
what, so whose titties do you want to see? I'd like to see
I-
both personally.
Jesus,
but
please pull up
who
some
was,
titties.
who was the who was
just
the
get us
other
some
one?
titties.
Farrah Fawcett.
I know that was yeah. This is her, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yep. That's
Yes,
famous.
that's the
yeah,
one I was
that's the
thinking of.
poster. Get in there. You see that titty nipple thing popping
Yeah.
out there? Yeah, very important. She had to know what she was
That's her iconic
doing. You little
thing, right?
minx. Yeah.
Like everybody knows that shot of her.
See, I think she was a little too old for us.
And then didn't she marry Lee Majors of I'm the unknown stunt man that makes Eastwood look so fine. Remember that?
No.
Dude, Lee Majors, of course, was the $10 million man, but
I know
then
the
he
name
was
of
a
Lee
stunt man. Hold on, man. Lee Majors.
Your pop culture
Yeah, she was-
references
she
are
was-
just
you're
fucking
right.
weird. I've just come to the conclusion, I don't know where you stand on this, but Jay's.
Listen, the
That
Fall
is
Guy. You
weird.
telling me people out there aren't going to remember the Fall
I
Guy?
remember the name. I don't think I
my
ever watched an
God.
episode.
81 to 86. It's like the prime of our TV
What
watching.
time is it on what day?
I don't know, man.
I mean, she was married to him, so
Yeah.
you were right
Yeah.
about that.
But don't you think we were more in the Crawford, the Heathers? You had Heather Thomas and Heather.
Yes,
you know,
right.
that married Tommy
Locklear.
Lee Locklear.
Yeah,
had,
she was before our, a little bit, yeah.
And the black chick who's Naomi Campbell.
Okay.
She coming in right around that time too. I want to say.
Yeah, she was a model at the time.
But I remember, like, if you went to a buddy's house who had a brother that
Older
was
brother,
5 year older,
right. Totally.
Chet was going to have that in his room.
Yes.
And dude,
She
mine
was a fox.
mine was so bad when I think back to it now, dude. Because I'd have like,
We were like Cindy Crawford kind of time, right?
Yeah.
Like she was in our wheelhouse, yeah.
dude, I've told you this before, and I'm so embarrassed by this, but I had my, the Niners were going through their run, and so it was just like fucking every Sports Illustrated cover and highlights from games are on this wall, and then the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue would arrive, and it was like fucking yeah, and so dude, that thing would get ripped apart, and I actually had written somewhere on my wall, in my dreams or something, and then just had a fucking collage like you would see a girl with Teen Beat magazine.
Oh, no.
Yeah. For a couple, and it was just like I had the whole basement. I could do whatever I wanted. Fucking rock out down there, and it was like, man, if I want bitches up on my wall, I'm having bitches up on my wall, not realizing that I'm just a dork in
Yeah.
my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your mom let
Why don't
you
you
do
make
that.
out with the wall too, pussy?
Remember he had this sweet truck, though? Dude,
You're
you
back
know-
on the Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy, man.
You know what? You know what
He had
kills
kind
me,
of a
dude?
4x4 pickup truck.
Can you plug in?
Check it out.
Can you plug in? I want to hear the soundtrack, or maybe you can find it. I want to hear the song from
You'll
the
know
Fall
it,
Guy
dude.
because
looks
it
like-
could kill it for MASH. Couldn't watch MASH because I hated the fucking music.
I think this is the end.
You're going to love this song, man.
Yeah, am I? Like Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
I like the song
It's
better than the
it's
show.
that good.
Get out.
Seen with Farrah, I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally B.
I'm out.
No,
I'm-
come on, man.
dude.
Hey, put up the lyrics, Easus. You're going to be singing along in a second.
There better be a hook that
Oh,
delivers.
here we go.
It's a death-defying life
Believe
I
me.
lead. I
Payoff.
take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee.
Pick it up, man.
Here we go.
I might fall from a tall building. I might roll a brand new car.
That's not bad.
Cause I'm the unknown stuntman. Made Redford such
best out there, man. Hey, and there's Heather Thomas. Speaking of Heather Thomas.
Spent much time in school.
He's actually going to a bridge or a third chorus. What's he doing?
It's hilarious that they used to have full songs like this at the outset of
I know, that's funny.
Isn't that funny? And every once in a while they would play it. It was like they ran a minute short on whatever on the show.
When I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open draw.
Yeah, dude, I'd skip along to this if I was walking behind your couch while you were watching it.
Marky Post.
I like Marky Post.
And that's Lee singing himself right there.
Really?
Dude, I guarantee you, 99% of our listeners are going to remember that, and they're going to write in and say, I love that song. It's one of the best TV theme songs ever.
Dude, I'm telling you, if it
Come
came
on, listeners. Come on, do me a solid. I remember the Captain Queeg thing. Just do me a solid here.
Do you have that drop still? Do we have Captain Queeg anymore? We had it on that monitor.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. We
had it over here. I don't know. This thing got all.
We got a late start today, and E has been in a fucking stew.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I have not.
Dude, I saw a carrot fall out of your pocket.
This whole screen got shuffled around at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really gonna wait for me to see if this is on the computer
Jake, can you give us
screen?
some hold music? I mean, just so the listeners know that we're not.
To play some stupid under
So
drop.
quickly, I found the hold music.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Jay, find a drop, and it was like boom. Could you imagine the Drew and Mike show if it was Eric running the drops? So what you got planned for the rest of the week? Anything coming up?
You know, a little more.
I don't
yard
think that
work.
it's on here. I told you, and it's never on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
A little battery problem with my lawn tractor today, Mike. Got to get that in order.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What happened?
Charging her. See if she's got any charge left. Might have to replace her.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh boy, is that going to cost an arm and a leg?
You know, probably $50 or so.
You know I was out there power washing the deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to borrow that from you. I got to do my patio.
It's 2,500 psi. If you take it to your kid's toe, you'll cut his toe off. Okay, I'm just telling you, it's the shit. It is the absolute shit, dude. But I thought I broke it, and I was like, oh no. You got to put oil in them. You absolutely have to put oil and gas in them. I mean, it's just
whoa.
Yeah, you should be fine because I took care of it. You'll be good for 3 years now, but. It just didn't dawn on me.
She was a little dry. Was she?
We're both out there. I'm like, you got put pneumonia too? Really? Come on,
no.
Poops.
Did you fry the thing?
He'd start choking a little bit, and this is what you never want to do. While the engine's running, leave the cap on tight. Just leave it on there.
Yeah.
If you shut it off, then you open the oil cap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you kept it on, you opened the oil cap.
Yeah, I opened it. I had my oil in my hand. I was just going to pour some in there. And boy, that stuff gets hot when it starts shooting out of that thing.
Yeah.
Really does. So don't do that. If you borrow it, just
Okay.
be aware
Good
of
to know.
that.
Good to know.
And as soon as I put the oil in and then gas, it was like, where do you need me, boss? Where are we going? He was a new man.
Stood up straight and saluted.
Dude,
Jesus, what do we got?
It's
Where are
taking
we? Jesus?
forever to load for some reason. I don't know.
Machine's fault. Anyway.
Well, I'm sitting here. It's spinning. I've clicked on it 3 times now. So what do you want me to? It's not even up on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just due, but whatever.
No.
Come on, Jesus.
It's dude. You see what's happening as much as I do. This computer's not loading it.
Yeah. What were we talking about just a second ago, Jay? Oh, the 2,000 PSI. I'm telling you, there's no more rewarding feeling than taking that out and then just blasting, whether they're big rocks out in the garden, just fucking.
Just cleaning her off.
Oh, yeah, if you got
I
some.
guarantee you 99%. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I don't know why.
Here's my last prediction. I guarantee you 99% of our listeners knew what I meant when I said Captain Queeg in it.
Oof. That is just.
Look, listen.
It is just wrong. You know what's funny? I a couple weeks later, or a couple weeks after we talked to Jim Florentine, I think it was, he brought up Captain Queeg on stage.
See? And everybody got huge applause, right? Everybody's like, yeah, Captain Queeg with the balls. Yeah, the ball's in his hand.
That's what he was talking about.
Really? He made a Queeg joke?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Dude, I'm sure of it. It was him. And it might have been the joke where he went, nah, doesn't land everywhere or something like that. He had one moment, and it might not have been that, so don't get depressed yet. But, dude, I was like, holy shit, there's another person on the planet who's no Captain Queeg.
Everybody knows who Captain Queeg is, and everybody will know the Unknown Stuntman. I'm telling you, this was a big show. Everybody loved that song.
So not the Fall Guy, but the Unknown Stuntman.
Yeah, Fall Guy was a show. The Unknown Stuntman was the theme song.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine.
See, you like country music, and I struggle with it. I just struggle. Part of it is I know deep down I'll like it. I'm a sucker for a good ballad, and I don't want to cry driving down the road. You know, I'm like I don't want to like it. I don't want to. I'm not giving it a chance. I don't have enough time for a new genre in my life. You know, but I did see a video for him. And I couldn't help but sing along to it. Who's the guy that, man, I love that NASCAR race?
Eric Church.
Eric Church. And so I'm like, I know this song. Man, I love that NASCAR race. And man, I love to fuck her face.
No.
I'm positive, dude. There's a.
Man, I love how Red Man tastes.
Man, I love to fuck her face. Sounds better. There's a better ring to it.
Sure. I guess. I don't know what to say.
Let's take a quick time out. Oh, man. We got some people pissed off at a school over there cheerleading.
Yeah, I heard about this.
This is getting ugly.
They opened the floodgates.
Yep, sure did. Starting to get ugly.
People are pushing back.
Yeah. So we're going to do that and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Oh, man, I don't think you're going to like this story, Jay.
No, what happened?
Well, I got to be honest with you. Anytime we try to, I know the whole group is fine, but that one person has a problem, so we need to change everything for inclusion purposes, you know? And cheerleading seems the weird place to try to include everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, cheerleading is this thing, though, we've talked about in the context of just, get the fuck rid of it.
Right.
So here, the story we're about to talk about is that a school opened it up to everybody, right?
Yeah. Well, do you agree with the principal in this case who was quoted?
The principal?
The principal is complain. He was saying, he threatened to shut it all down. Like, if you guys don't knock this shit off, I'm going to shut the whole damn thing down. To disband cheerleading altogether, saying it's not a sport anyways.
Yes, good for him. Finally.
Wow.
Finally.
Yeah.
Preaching that since my high school days.
Yeah.
To many dismay.
He said this is governing guidelines for cheerleading are to develop knowledge, positive attitudes, teamwork skills, leadership, and athletic skills.
See, I think when people get mad at me for saying it's not a sport, think that I'm saying that what they're doing is not hard or that it's not athletic. I think there can be things that are athletic.
The thing that bothers Isis about cheerleading, let's be honest, Isis.
The jacket, for one.
No, it's the same thing that bothers you about chicks getting free drinks. It's that same clique
Hot
of chicks.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't think they should have a jacket, for one. And two,
What you mean when it's
the
cold
letter
out,
jacket.
Letter jacket. I don't think they should get a letter for it. But two, but the thing is that I think that they think that they're a part of it. And dude, the reality is if the football or basketball team isn't good, you don't mean shit and no one cares.
Ooh, that's
You're
a shot.
not winning the game or losing the game. Your cheers aren't doing shit.
Eric at DetroitCast.com. You can write them all day long. We might get we could get a solid response. This is like when you attacked without mercy the teachers.
Competitive cheer. I think that's
mercy.
Cooler. I think at least those people put a lot of time and
They get
effort
their summers off.
into
man.
dancing.
Those black girls are amazing. When you see them fucking get out there in the competitions, it's different level shit. It is.
But the ones just sitting there at the football and basketball games, give me a break.
Here's the interesting thing. You just brought up whether the cheering works or it has some effect. I've never thought about that. I've never thought.
I think they think it does.
I don't think. I think
that
everybody's
think they're a
in
part
on
of the
this.
Team.
No,
I don't think. I think there are cheerleaders that think they're on the team.
God, really? Maybe.
Well, it used to be different. Players used to fuck those girls all the time, but then it was just becoming a problem. One gets pregnant, they break up. Now he's got a new girlfriend. There's jealousy, and so they've had to get it don't even look at his Twitter feed.
Well, you're talking about
those
NFL
rules.
right now. I'm just talking about cheerleaders across the board, whether you're in high school or college or pro. I think everybody kind of knows what it is. It's like just an exhibition of a female body.
Yeah.
Some hot chicks out there jumping
Yeah,
around.
I
think
know.
even the hot chicks are in on it too.
That's where I don't think so. I think everyone else is.
No. You don't think hot chicks like being looked at as hot chicks?
No,
Jesus, you really think they're and maybe, dude,
I
can't
not
speak
all of
for
them.
all cheerleaders. I'm sure there's a segment that think oh, I'm really helping.
Just doing this to pay for law school.
No, I'm doing this. The crowd, look at the crowd get jacked up every time we do that home cheer or whatever.
They don't though.
They don't
Because the 49ers didn't have cheerleaders for a long, long time, and they just had, they would yell gold and scarlet and gold across. But these just the PA announcers can do that. Green. Oh, okay, we're the green side. White.
there you go.
At MSU. Do the girls really need to hold up the sign? We all know what that chant is, right?
Yeah, that kind of gets going on its own a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, you really don't.
Really don't need them.
Need them a lot. Yeah. So anyway,
I mean, it's one of these things we could, debate till the cows come home.
Yeah.
I know. Look, I've had my opinion since I've been in high school.
Yeah,
so this isn't
it's just
something
never.
that's new.
It's never really occurred to me that they might be thinking they're actually part of the deal and really revving up the team. It's never occurred to me.
Are you saying this for cheerleaders across the board?
Yeah.
Really, because most of my hang up is the pros for some reason. The NFL, where it's they can't put more titties on display. They sort of at most colleges, and they've got the guys there with their megaphones. It doesn't seem as whorish
right,
as
yeah.
the NFL. The
No,
NFL is just
sure.
Bleh.
That's for sure.
And high school girls, those were girls we dated.
But
so,
don't you? But
and
I
you
guess
wanted as many people at our games as you could get.
No, I guess my question goes to really whether these cheerleaders, these people taking part in this, whether it's at the high school, college, pro level, really think that they're revving up the crowd somehow. I think they know they're just out there as an exhibition.
What was Gab? Did she palm?
No, she was a cheerleader.
You're going to have to ask her when you get home.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind blowing a call. Just like, did you guys know? Guys were probably
be
looking
like, they were my friends. We hung out. It was just a social thing more than anything. I think that's what she'll say.
And you'll go, every time you guys do that jump and your skirt goes up,
you
dudes
know,
in the crowd are looking at your ass.
Look at the little green panties.
Yeah, I know she's 14 on the JV team, but whatever.
Right.
Hot ass. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
She's the one showing it off. I don't have as much a problem with them, and because and I'll say this too, Jay, because we only made it. Did we make when you and I were playing? Did we make it to the playoffs once or twice?
My God,
districts
Mike.
or?
Oh my God!
I think we won districts and then went to regionals and lost because you didn't take that shot.
Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. We fucking blew by the time that you were on our team. We were good before you got there, and that doesn't mean one doesn't explain the other. I'm not saying Mike got on the team
really
and then
unfair.
we sucked. But it's absolutely true.
I joined the team and I brought G with me, who got honors, and he played at Schoolcraft when they were ranked 4th in the country.
Okay.
We had a solid defense.
What's your point, man?
My point was, when you got to those playoff games, got to admit, it was kind of tits when the cheerleaders came by and dropped a little note on your front lawn and baked you cookies when you got to school.
They cared about, no offense, but they cared about
I don't
soccer.
remember
You had
that.
cheerleaders.
They did that's what I was saying, just for the playoffs. Like the one year we got into the playoffs, it was like, you had
I'm shocked that they
cheerleader
would
for the day.
Yeah, I am too. I don't remember that.
You're shocked what?
That they would. I'm shocked that they would
They
even do that, even for the playoffs.
other
for
than
soccer.
football or basketball.
I don't think they came to every game of ours, though. Wasn't that kind of a special?
Dude, I don't remember any of this.
You don't recall
no,
any of them
I don't
being
remember
there?
any cheerleader involved in any soccer game.
Wow.
So you're remembering something I have zero recollection of.
I know there was the one playoff thing, and it was a big deal, and, cars followed our buses, and, whatever.
What is this?
Families and shit. Yeah. Dude, it was not something we were used to, E. Nobody was at our games. So that's why it stood out to me. I don't remember who gave me the cool stuff. Cupcakes or whatever, but whatever. Maybe some cheerleaders from those days can email us and see if I'm absolutely out of my mind. So anyway, this chick doesn't get on the team, this cheerleader, in this high school, and parents are absolutely attacking this decision. They are not happy because they're letting anyone on the team, regardless of their talent or ability. And some of these girls have worked their asses off, So this is cool in East.
Bag up.
What are the main facts of this case? I think we skipped over that.
Some probably fat chick tried out for their team, didn't make it, went home and went, Mom calls up all pissed off to the principal and goes, my daughter needs to be on the team too. This is bullshit. And he's like, you're right. We need to include everyone. Get on the field, fatso. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But then he was just like, I'm going to allow anyone that wants to join the team, join the team. And you're not going to like some of these things. But the same principle is like, it's not a sport anyways. Like whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
You want to have 100 girls out there jumping around? Go ahead.
Feel free.
Some of the girls were so pissed off at this. Like, dude, we've been doing this since like 2nd grade.
Yeah, like the real hot ones are like, what the fuck, man? This used to be exclusive to hot chicks.
Yeah, this is our clique, assholes. And so they're saying, they went to the Board of Education. They're speaking up there, and they're like, oh my God, we worked so hard to make this the year and the team. Stephanie Kruger says, I tried my hardest, and everything's going away, all because of one child who didn't make the team, and a parent complained. So now all my hard work has been thrown out the window.
It's like everything, by the way. When you were talking about the old folks earlier and the drama there, if you let everybody in, the people that aren't cool and think like, oh, now they let everyone in, or cool, it's just going to be okay. Now you have 100 cheerleaders, and there's going to be 20 cool cheerleaders and 80 people that are just...
Yeah, it's all relative. They'll just subset it, right?
Right.
Yeah. You'll have the fat cheerleaders in the back and the hot ones in the front. And
right.
Yeah,
So even if you let everyone
itself.
in, it's not like there won't be cool people still.
The cream will rise. Ready?
Yeah. The ones who do the best splits.
So you can imagine they're getting shit on their Facebook pages that people are writing and stuff. And this one guy writes in, he's like, yeah, to the parent of the girl who didn't make the cheerleading team, your daughter didn't make it. But instead you have the rules changed to include her. Tell your daughter to practice more. There are lots of girls out there who have been practicing for years and years to get really good at what they do. It's not right for a girl to practice for 2 years just to be told she wasted her time because it doesn't matter anymore.
Do you guys think it matters if they're like a competitive cheer team or not? Because if it's
That's what I
just
said,
an
that does make a
exhibition,
difference.
if it's an exhibition, who cares? Let everybody out on the field to do that. Who cares? Honestly,
Right. No, you're right.
But if it's competitive, then it's like, all right, we're trying to win this thing.
It definitely makes a difference.
And now we have to
me.
be saddled with all these chicks who are barely cheerleaders.
There's another aspect of this that I think you're not going to like, but these girls here, when they're talking about, I think they combine 3 schools. Yeah, I know.
That's fair.
But this principal, I just love it. He keeps coming back with these patronizing digs. Like, if this was your squad and you consider it a sport, he as he wrote his note to everybody, he was like, I want to stress again
that this is not a sport.
The cheerleading program, it's important for you to understand that the cheerleading program at Hanover Park does not compete in interscholastic events. The guidelines that govern cheerleading are and always have been to develop positive attitudes, teamwork, and blah, blah, blah. Historically, we had 3 squads, a black, a white, and a gold, representing the school's colors. And
Shots fired.
I think he says something else. And so every participant is placed on one of those 3 squads, regardless of squad. Everybody gets a varsity letter.
See, that tells me this isn't like the competitive shit. Like some of these teams go and compete and they, do all sorts of lifts and twirls and jumps and shit. This is just exhibition at games, like cheering for the team.
Yeah.
I'm with the principal here. Yeah. Let anybody out there.
He's going to be a shit again, really quick, to wrap him up. He doesn't like cheerleading. Maybe his daughter didn't make the team. She was gross. I don't know. She couldn't do a somersault to save her ass, whatever. God forbid a cartwheel. But he ends it and he's like, Hanover Park cheerleading program is not competitive. And with this transition, they will only be supporting and encouraging more participation, which is our goal. So he basically says, dude, you guys suck anyways. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Sorry you suck.
Yeah.
Honestly, sure, you can have 100 girls out there if you want on the sideline.
Really?
Just jump around and...
In theory, yeah. They all want to go out there and cheerlead. Go ahead.
Why even have a team? Why not just let at the beginning of every game invite anyone that wants to come down?
When I'm walking around a stadium though, and they're doing their thing, it's like I can hear if I was in the 3rd row where they're standing all game, I couldn't take that. That would drive me nuts. And if you're talking about lining up 100 yards of like some very, very mediocre to not worth looking at cheerleaders. Yeah, and it's like I don't need give me an A, give me a whatever, you know what I mean? I will pass on that all day long. God.
I think you just eliminate the whole damn thing, man. Yeah, cheerleading. Give me a break.
I know.
Gentlemen, you have an annual physical, or you should at least, to make sure you're healthy. What do you do each year to make sure you remain financially fit? Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call him today, 248-626-2000, and ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I talked to Mark this morning for a while.
I had to cancel a meeting with Mark. I had to go in for more objective financial advice.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel on Friday. I got to reschedule, man. I wanted to get in there, and I've heard so much great things about his assistant.
Well, that and the mahogany table when he breaks out the bourbon and the and he's got those big ice cubes. You can really put him down. It's a lot of fun, And then at the very end, he's like, you're like, right when you're at that point where you're like, because Mark's probably gauging it with me, going, he can hold his own. Like that's about it. And he shows me all my shit. Look good.
Yeah. Sign here.
Sign here. I probably signed everything over to him and his kids, but no, it was great. I was talking to him today. I got to go over there as soon as we're done here and sign some paperwork over.
Got to move some funds.
Just making a few changes.
Sure.
Got to make a few changes.
See, Merck's watching.
Merck is. And Mark's on me. Mark's on me like, dude, you mentioned you wanted to change a couple things here last time you were here.
Yeah.
And
I got you drunk. You might remember.
And I was like, yeah, I was shit-faced. I think Jay was on the phone with us for a bit. Did I dream that? No, Jay was. And you guys were wasted. You were wasted. Like, whatever, man. So I got to go over there today and sign some shit. But
very good.
Isis, was it you that was all bummed out last show about Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Are you the one that likes Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Well, Last Man, no. I mean, although I do like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, we were more
we were worried about Last Man on Earth at the time.
It's coming back.
No, it's not.
I thought it was.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is coming back.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is
to ABC or something.
NBC.
Okay, well, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they were at Fox.
What is the fact, gentlemen? Please.
Oh, I have the facts. Oh, I have the facts. They were talking to Netflix, TBS, before they're doing one of those abbreviated seasons. Isn't that what Arrested Development did? like a shorter final season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Netflix.
So there, I get
They came back on Netflix and kind of did a different format where they told this ongoing story from different characters' points of view. It was very weird. It was a lot different than the prior seasons. So not a lot of people, I don't think, like that one, Isis. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the mainstay Arrested Development people were like, kind of jumped the shark on that one.
Yeah. I know they had cult following, and I love stories like this where it's like the fans are so upset about this that they're just tweeting and going nuts. And NBC was like, we never should have let that show go anyways. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, Andy Samberg is a legend at NBC, and who's the chick on there? There was a bunch. Is that Tina Fey? Is she a part of that?
No, but I mean,
Amy Poehler or someone. I thought
you're thinking of other shows. They might be producers, I suppose, but you're thinking of 30 Rock. Probably.
Yeah, probably. But there's a bunch of people that did very successful writing and producing on NBC shows, and it was like, why did we let this go to Fox? It's time to come home. So that's kind of cool that they'll get this 6th season.
But more importantly, Mike,
dude,
Last Man on Earth is done, man.
I could swear.
Oh, Jesus, get the big machine going.
I
all I heard was it's gone. I heard it starting last week, and people were tweeting at me and stuff, and it's gone, man. Unless unless something happened today.
Well, Guilfoyle picked up an extra season. They're doing a season 6 or 7 with.
Or are they doing 6 or 7?
Well, one of them that wasn't signed for the HBO show that
I don't see anything new on Last Man on Earth.
We knew Silicon Valley was going one more season. Are they going 2 more?
I don't know. There was a
Oh,
story.
Mike, you can't just banty around like this. You have to have facts, man.
Yeah, I thought you were going to know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I heard that they were doing a season 6 for sure.
Okay. That was finally announced. Then you mean?
A month ago.
I thought it was. All right, can
This
I go
is
down?
not going well.
Well, I'm going to go out on one more
This whole
limb
discussion
too.
is not going
I may
well.
have dreamed this. I'm still on steroids, dude, and I still don't feel right. Did Rick and Morty got announced that they're coming?
Yes,
back?
7 seasons.
Yeah. See,
7 fucking seasons.
So
man.
that's what's that adding
It's like
3
70 episodes, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I can't help but think we had a little bit to do with that, Jay.
Of course we did.
That's pretty remarkable when you think about it. Like, those dudes had to answer questions because of shit that was said on our show.
Yeah, Last Man on Earth is done, dude.
I mean, I would definitely say you never know. It doesn't mean that in a year it could not. But I never heard any rumors of anything as far as it continuing.
Yeah, that happens every now and then, right? I mean, as you just noted, where a different network will grab and if enough people speak out. But.
It's rare, but it's so hard to come up with good story. That's why you've seen, let's reboot Roseanne.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before Alf gets a new show. Although I was so glad to see, and you'll be happy to know this too, the Greatest American Hero featuring the super chick.
Canceled, not happening.
Not gonna fucking air one of them. Like, yeah, leave that permed gentleman with his red suit alone. Leave that where it was. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I haven't watched a ton of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, to be honest with you.
No, I haven't watched a second of it. But
Yeah.
pretty good, Isis.
I like it. I mean,
I
think
what
Adam
I saw
Sandberg is
I
hilarious.
liked,
I think
but-
Adam Sandberg is funny, and I know he's I don't know if he's a creator of the show, but he's definitely has. He's not just an actor on it. I know he had some level of production with it.
Yeah, he's just kind of a snobby. Dude, I don't think he'd like hanging out. He's from San Francisco.
Maybe
and
I
think he
went,
went to
but
Berkeley,
everything I
he's just
see
kind
him
of-
do, he's funny to me.
Yeah. See,
So-
Sudeikis is my guy. Sudeikis is the shit. You got that video there?
Yeah.
Have you seen this video going around? E just told me about it this morning about this kid. This guy's proposing to his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. The kid whips his dick out and just starts singing a whiz right there. Look at that poops.
Little
Change the
poops.
camera over. E.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nope, here he goes down on his knee, and here goes the little guy.
They just don't give a shit, do they?
Little guy's got some business to take
It
care
is
of.
me.
There go the pants. What the heck, man?
Dude, he's got kind of a hog on him. Did you see that thing bounce? I didn't
Through
want it.
pixelation? It bounced through pixelation.
It bounced through pixelation, dude.
It took 3 pixels. That is so
Look,
crazy, man.
Is that okay? That's funny as hell, isn't it?
It's just nuts.
You can understand. You can see a kid doing that.
What I don't understand about this, honest to God, is who's filming this and who are these people and how did they not?
He
Because
he probably hired his buddy to
well, the
get.
kid even says it though.
I think that's her stepson or his. It's, yeah.
Well, it's got to be one of the two son, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be watching them because they're about to marry each other.
Oh
right?
yeah, if that's not one of their sons, you chuck him into the fucking fountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let
that's
him.
probably
He's on
his
his own.
son.
I still just
It's
don't.
it's Alice's son Owen, so it's hers.
But she doesn't seem to give a fuck that he's peeing.
Well, that's
like,
why he's doing it.
She wants her
Yeah.
moment. Like, she wants her.
Most kids would not do that.
Owen would.
Yeah.
But see, to me, this says a lot.
Hold on, dude.
It says a lot about the parenting here.
I'm going to ask a very serious question. There's a lot of pixelation. The child is he like 3 or 4?
5?
5.
I don't know. I don't know how old he is.
Come on.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, sorry.
5 is too young to be dropping your drawers like that. I want to watch it again, and I want to see if I saw what I thought I saw, which was heavily pixelated. But you could make it, dude. It's like watching porn on those really blurry channels. I was like, I think that kid's hung. But is it too much?
You do see a drop through a couple different pixels.
You
here.
noticed it, right? Pay attention.
Which-
Yeah, look at that. Did you see that?
I think I did.
Yeah, it might not be the last time, too.
Dude, why? By the way, why is he not aiming a little further out?
Yeah, he's soaking his
This
shoes.
kid's a fucking animal.
Yeah.
This kid is a fucking animal.
Are you happy with the length of the pants pulled down? Because that is
ridiculous.
disgusting to me. You know, he's not one of those assholes that went fully down to his shoes, but he went to his knees. So his whole ass is hanging out. His giant dong's hanging out. We got it, kid.
Dude, and I know we could analyze the parental view all the time, but like, okay, even
Did
the
you see
knee
that?
thing.
Back it up 4 seconds, E, really quick. When he takes his pants down again, watch.
I saw a shift in pixelation. If
He's
that's
like,
what you're
yeah,
asking me.
I'm
Yes,
just
I
gonna.
did. I know.
Dude,
I know.
Are we in trouble by now? I mean, like, should we expect the feds to be kicking in the door? We have friends that listen to this show who are involved in this very thing, and it's like, do the pixels get us off the hook?
Look,
This is my biggest problem right here, though, dude. At this point, they know the kid is peed. He's literally peeing outside, and she still goes in for the kiss. Like, this kiss is still, like, she wants this romantic kiss still and this moment on camera.
This is not the first time my man has peed just in the middle of, whatever.
Yeah, dinner.
This guy,
just
this
goes
is
to the corner of the room.
this is how he rolls.
Yeah.
He's got his sunglasses on his
while
hat
she's
while he's
surprised,
proposing.
she's not really surprised.
So you think in the household
This is a parenting issue.
there are some parents trying to make good for the fact they got divorced, and so Owen runs the house. Basically.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no one's going to say no to him because
Don't say no to Owen. We got divorced when he was young. We don't want to upset him.
You know, also, he's proposing to her. He's got his sunglasses, like, on his hat. Just on the brim of the hat, kind of, pop my sunglasses.
Kind of respect that.
No, I don't mind. I don't even care about the look normally. But, like, dude, you're technically asking someone to marry you right now. You're proposing.
Is this kid checking for testicular cancer right now? What are we doing?
See, that cuts against your argument that he's hung. I think he's searching for the panoose, honestly.
Nah, he knows where it is.
I don't know,
He
man.
might be doing a tuck. He's too young to know what the tuck is, right?
What is he doing right
Dude,
there?
he's doing the tuck.
And then, look, they just kind of, wow.
I think he just did the fucking...
He didn't do the fruit cup.
He did the fruit cup.
Why would he do the fruit cup?
He did it to his old man,
Why?
dude.
No.
Look at the setup. He's setting it up. He's getting it tucked under right there. And his dad's like, you goddamn it. Oh, here I am
His
on
new
my...
dad.
Yeah. I just proposed to this girl. Now you're fruit basket in me? Come on.
That kid is an animal.
Yeah.
Absolute animal.
You know what, though? To date, in his class, Owen owns the story of high school.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah, dude? No. Remember YouTube? Yeah. Well, flip on the new version of that and check me out. Check me out. And everyone's going to... And then they're going to go, did you have a huge dick then? And then they're going to go, did you do a fruit cup to your fucking dad? Is that what you did at the end of that, you son of a bitch?
I saw a shift in pixelation. I will confirm.
I know, man. I know, I did too. Should we get to some email?
Sure.
Jay?
You want to do that one?
All right.
Jeffrey.
Oh, fuck you. Is this my nemesis?
I don't
Jeff
know.
that's calling me out live on the air for any mistake I make now?
Maybe.
Shit. Mike, I noticed that you did not record a podcast on Sunday. Is this because you could not record over the noise of the vacuum while your mother was cleaning your house?
It being Mother's Day and all.
Right.
There is precedent.
P.S. I hope you noticed that I addressed this directly to you. Yeah, you son of a bitch. And I still got it down here.
Yeah. Mike
You know?
saw that email, printed
Yes.
it. You know what that means, everyone? Mike reads email.
Yeah.
Huh.
He sent it to me, though. He didn't send it to Detroitcast email. He sent it to Walters at Detroitcast, which is what these people do when they don't want the king to see it. We're like, we got to sidestep that son of a bitch. He's going to red marker all our work.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
Kelly writes in
Hi,
concerning Prana pants. They are the best ever. Holy shit.
Pradas?
Why haven't I ordered them before, asked Kelly. It's my new favorite brand of clothing. Thanks, sir, for the recommendation. Well, you're welcome, Kelly.
Oh, God.
What?
You first said thought you said Prada. And I'm like, Jay, I got a pair of Pradas upstairs. It'll probably fit you like a glove. I don't picture you as a Prada jeans
No, we
guy.
went through the whole thing where I was buying the same pants,
Dude,
Prada.
think about it. You leave here tonight and you've immediately got the most expensive, valuable thing in your house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what? I thought of an item I own. My gun. My gun is like between $800 and $1,000. That's it. That's all I own. That's over $100.
Dude,
that's objectively worth over $100,000 or $100. That's it.
No, you've got.
I went around my house. I looked. I checked. It's my gun. I mean, obviously we have things that are owned by the family. We have furniture and shit. But if you're saying like me personally,
You personally, yeah.
I have one thing. My gun.
You don't have what? You don't have one like really thick rope gold chain or anything
We went over this.
with a
Mike.
dope ass cross on the bottom of it.
I have nothing.
Look good on you. I'm just telling you.
Kim writes in concerning H.H. Holmes. This has gotten some traction, man, in the email world.
I didn't
The whole-
write the fucking documentary, man. Get off my ass.
Hi, Jay and Mike. After listening to Mike's description of H.H. Holmes's murder castle, made me think of the book I read about the serial killer in Chicago during the World's Fair. After a quick Bing search, I found it's the same psychopath. The book is Devil in the White City, which we have upstairs.
Yeah, it showed up.
And I think you'd both find it interesting. Leo DiCaprio was supposed to make and star in a movie adaptation of the book.
Really?
Also, although my sons don't listen to the show, they use some of the TDC vernacular, i.e. Ari, instead of awry. Funny when used around the house, but when my youngest had to read it as his vocab word in class,
Dude.
he read it a la Big E and was mortified when his teacher corrected his pronunciation.
Dude, this has happened to me.
It went Ari!
This has happened to me a couple times where it's like, for whatever reason, I'm in front of 4 or 5 people and I get to Ari, and I had to actually think and be like, wait, what is the fucking
Yeah,
word?
It's awry.
Awry. No. And I said Ari. I didn't know what else to do.
Dude, I just paused and looked at it and thought, awry, right?
Awry,
Yeah, awry.
yes,
Yes,
awry.
He even drew a little smiley face under the word in his workbook because he knew I'd be amused. Love the show. Kim, winky face. P.S. I vote to keep Beth in the intro and outros.
Very good.
That's been a subject of consternation as well via email. I'm not going to read them all.
You're just too anal.
I'm not going to read them all, but
worried.
I'd say it's 50-50.
Oh, not the ones to me. The ones to me. What I'm getting hit with mostly is like you could edit.
Well, nobody wants
this,
to
that.
offend Beth, right?
Ah,
So they're
fuck
like,
her.
oh.
No, who cares?
Well, that's why
it's a
people
public voice out there. If they don't like it, say it. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
They can do that. But if it's just like, edit it.
What?
Just edit to edit it. Why not? We don't need it.
Right.
Some people are like, no, I really like it. And they're the ones texting me.
Oh. No, I get some like, I mean, hey guys, just wanted to make a suggestion. Most definitely spruce up the beginning and end. Keep the music, ditch Beth and her lines. Here's the key though. Big E should give a live intro welcoming us to the podcast, maybe a teaser of 2 or 3 topics.
No.
Just like 2-word teasers written out by Mike and Jay, of course. And then an introduction. Here's Jay and Mike of the 2 stars of the podcast, maybe even with the Specs voice.
That would sound dumb even if I was good at it.
I really think it will jumpstart.
And you wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be, but I'm saying even
Yeah.
if I was, I think that would be stupid.
Be like an Ed McMahon sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really think it will jumpstart E's participation in the show and maybe even take him off the knee and out of the stew he often starts the show and maybe get him an early JPE. What do you think, E? That's from Mike, by the way.
Okay, hold on.
guess I gave my explanation.
Go to YouTube. Give me a instrumental Tonight Show theme.
And then bring us in.
I'm
Yeah,
not
bring
going
us
to do
in.
this.
You know a couple of the subjects we
now.
talked about today. Use today
I don't
as an
even
example.
remember already.
Coming up on today's show, Tom Cruise. And say anyone else you want. And now, here's your host, Mike and J. You know, how are you? You're the pro. I don't like to step on you.
I'm not the pro, and I don't even think.
And don't forget, E, we did talk about Lolande Siyonbala
That's a
this
great point.
morning. So you got that to intro. You could introduce bullying at senior centers.
Johnny Carson theme song,
Jerusalem, Margot Kidder. There's all sorts of interesting
Absolutely.
issues. Cheerleading,
Kid pissing on the floor at a
kid
wedding
pissing on the
proposal.
floor. Whatever you want to do, however
Live
you want
in
to do this.
studios.
But I agree with
If
Mike,
he's telling me he
emailer
connected the
Mike.
Tonight Show fucking theme instrumental right now, I'm going to punch his face. I'm going to punch your face.
Depends on what Tonight Show I got. I mean, it looks like this is a Tonight Show.
Oh,
Johnny
Jesus.
Cash, Johnny Carson theme song.
Oh my God, dude! Starring Jimmy Fallon. Did it say?
Did Johnny Cash do a version of this?
Play that. Johnny
Play
Cash.
that.
I just said I said Cash.
He spelled instrumental like instrumentation or
Sure.
something. There's like a menstruation in the, and so it's probably looking for pictures of blood.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon doing a tampon bit or something.
They're just looking for ruined panties.
Yeah,
finding
Dude, this
videos
says
of ruined panties.
Johnny
Tonight
Carson,
Show, Johnny Carson theme.
right here.
What
Come
I
on,
don't
Jesus.
want, E, is the real you coming in. Ed McMahon.
Take us in. Jesus.
Here's Johnny.
This is it.
Start at the very beginning, E. This is your gig.
So what am I supposed to do?
Oh,
First day on the job, really?
Come on, Isis. Introduce the Detroit Cast.
You're listening to the Detroit Cast.
No.
Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Jay and Mike. Today we've got Lolande
I already said it was a
Siyonbala.
dumb idea. Why would I want to do it? I said it was a stupid idea. So why would I?
You're the one that's talking about a booming voice.
Who's talked about that?
I think you did. Either
When?
way, E, you know how this is done. Dude, you are the point guy. Carson would shoot you for that. He needs the crowd on fire when he walks out there.
Bullying at senior centers. Jerusalem, Margot Kidder.
Write them down, E.
Write what down?
Write,
Take us
You
in,
just
Isis.
said writing that down.
Take us in.
I'm not writing that down.
Why would I?
Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Jay and
Where, how
Mike.
should it start? I mean,
Today we have
On
some
tonight's show,
riveting
very special
subject
guest.
matter.
We canceled Margot Kidder. We got Margot Robbie.
I don't even know what to say.
Jesus,
dude.
think on your feet. Here
Jay,
we
who
go.
do we want on our show? Like a Dreamcast. Let's get them all on the same show.
Let's get Cruz and break down the gay volleyball scene. We'll do that. Ask him about Scientology too, maybe. I don't know.
Fuck, he's not going to talk about that. He's going to walk out. So we got Cruz.
Let's get LeBron.
Oh, fuck LeBron.
I like LeBron.
Do you?
Yeah. Best ever. He's the GOAT, Mike.
All right. Can we get a comic on? Maybe
Sure.
Bill Burr does a nice
Sure.
6-minute set to open the thing.
Why would this be? Why would you have a show?
Our
intro
show,
like-
E.
But
This
you
is our
never do
show.
a show like this. Never have we had a show like with the format you're.
He's a-
You just want me to do the Tonight Show? I mean,
Get ready with the theme song, okay? Because you're about to intro.
You know, why would you shoot that down? I said, Jay, swing for the fences, man. Dream show. It's a dream. E, can't we dream? You telling us not to reach for the stars anymore?
I'm saying this makes no sense.
Telling you, this is Jay and I's goal, is to have Tom Cruise, LeBron James, and Bill Burr on the same show.
Tom Cruise. Absurd.
Yeah.
I just want the gay volleyball scene. I just want to break it down frame by frame. All right, ready, Isis?
Hold on.
Take us in.
Tonight's very special guests include... I need to map it out for him. I'm cue card guy. I'm cue carding for you.
You're gonna have to. I don't even know how to start it.
Oh, my God, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to...
stupid.
Jesus.
See, everything you
It's
are
a blank
suggesting-
slate. Fucking figure it out, man.
Well, this is stupid.
It's your bit. Go. Get the music.
my
Get the
bit.
music. This is your bit. Here we go,
a
Isis.
bit that I didn't want.
Show is all about propping you up, putting
Yeah.
you in position to succeed, and here we go again. Let's go, E. Music, now.
I don't even.
Da, da,
This is
da,
so
da,
dumb.
da.
This is stupid. I don't even know what to say.
You're just coming out and you're waving to the band right now.
Waving to the.
Here we go, E. When I point,
Are you guys ready for your favorite daily five day a week podcast out of Detroit, Michigan? You know them. Mike and Jay.
No, you don't introduce...
Oh.
You have special guests, asshole. Read what
Why
I
would
wrote
I
you.
do special guests first?
Here, I'll hold the cue card for you.
They introduced the show.
Start
and
it
then
over,
they-
E. That was your dry run.
You would introduce the show, and then you would say who the guests of the show were that day. You wouldn't start off with a guest.
You say, welcome to the Tonight Show. Tonight's very special guests include...
You would say, but if you were doing a show theme, you would say.
Why is he... This isn't even real.
Isis, it is his bit. Let him do it how he wants.
Can you get yourself the Johnny Carson golf club he always used so you can really take a shot at his shins if he doesn't pull this off?
Pull what off? You wouldn't say the freaking special guest first. That's ridiculous.
What would you do?
You would say the show that you're watching or listening to.
This is what I suggest. Hey, welcome to the Detroit Cast. Today we have our very special guests. List them, then go, and here's Jay and Mike.
Fine. Whatever. What was it? Hello, this is the Detroit Cast.
God damn you to hell.
I think I wrote Tonight's Show, so don't say that. It's the Detroit Cast.
Okay, you guys are listening to the Detroit Cast. Tonight's special guest, Tom Cruise, LeBron James, possibly the best basketball player of all time,
Don't go off script.
and the hilarious Bill Burr. And now, here's your host with the most, Mike and Jay.
Jay and Mike, Jay and Mike, whatever.
Dude, you need to bring that. Mike and Jay.
I agree, man. Go
On your
Mason
stadium.
on it.
Yeah. And don't ignore the fucking black band, you idiot. Would you at least acknowledge they're playing?
I don't even know who the band is.
Well, figure it out.
Okay.
And you can't say the roots.
Okay, am I restarting
You
this
call them the
again?
black band if you want. I don't care. Just give them a name.
Am I restarting this?
Yeah, start your music over. Are you kidding me? You run out halfway through your speech.
You're listening to the Detroit Cast. Tonight we have very special guests, Tom Cruise, LeBron James, the hilarious Bill Burr, and of course, the band. And now here are your hosts of the Detroit Cast,
Come on, E. Deliver.
the Mike and Jay.
Mike and Jay. What, you can't do that? Dude, why are you embarrassed in here? Everyone already knows we're assholes. You can't get any worse.
I don't know.
Might as well go don't take a knee. Go for it.
I'm not taking a knee.
Mike and Jay. He's not, dude. If we ever land a fucking national show in LA, Jay, he's not coming with us.
No, fuck no.
Oh, no. You let me know when that happens. So
Oh,
that
it's gonna happen.
So I can turn
And
the offer down.
The look on your and hi, Mrs. Fady's face when we introduce our first guest for this.
Yeah,
new
I'll
show.
look like
Tom
a real
Cruise.
idiot.
Tom Cruise spilling all his secrets. Comedian Bill Burr and LeBron James, and he's brought the trophy. He is going to be. That
Fuck,
might make,
dude.
That might make you suicidal. Because
sure.
you swore you would never do that, but that could, and your mom would have a real problem too.
I will say this has legs because E got better at that, even in the 2 minutes that we practiced. I like this. We get rid of the intro. E comes in live. Comes in hot.
Here's the problem, dude. He's not at that level yet, so he needs to practice in his bedroom, right? He needs to, 10,000 hours is what they say before you become expert at something. And E, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to spend at least 8,000 hours trying it. And we'll shave some time. You weren't that bad.
Homework, Jesus.
Yeah.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All righty. Very good. I thought we had more emails, but no.
Well, we do, but we're out of time.
I know. We're always going long now. Good job, E. I agree with Jay. That wasn't the worst you've ever done. Certainly better than the Doug song that you butchered. So, anyway, have a great rest of the day, everybody. Thank you for hanging with us. As always, we'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.